What's up, family? Welcome to Ask My Odds,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This is my beautiful wife, Iana.
And this is my fascinating husband, Ayize. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Ask the Ma'ats. Who are we? We're the Ma'ats. We're married. What do? We answer your questions. We give our advice. We definitely give our opinions. And we always keep it 100%
Real.
All right, y'all. Let's get into the realest question of the day. All right, I'm going to paraphrase this question that came in from a young lady. She basically says that she's in a marriage and she's not really sure if this is a for real marriage. And the reason she's not sure is this. Her and her husband are having some issues. And she basically feels like she's being punished to some degree because her husband is having conversations with other women. And he feels justified. He feels justified in having these conversations because he's not getting any sex. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. She said that she does a lot for the relationship. She supported him through his continued lack of employment, his health issues. She takes care of the kids, and she's accepted him. But he, for some reason, feels that she needs to accept all of his issues and his need to emotionally connect to other women since they are not sexually active. And so she says that she's sexually frustrated too. But she ain't reaching out to other people because she's, having a void in that area. And she just says that, she's lifted up to him that, I have a problem with this. And her father actually cheated on her mother when she was little. And he said, I shouldn't be punished because, that's what your father did. Like, I need to be me. And if she wants him to not be him, then she's making him suffer.
They do need to get it together.
That is, y'all to see my face right now.
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because, just because he's frustrated sexually and he feels as though he's not, getting between your legs, it doesn't give him an excuse to go out there and try to spark up a conversation or try to establish some intimacy with somebody outside of your relationship. It sounds to me like what he really wants is intimacy, and he's thinking that sex equals intimacy. And because there's no sex, there's no intimacy. And so let me go get intimacy elsewhere. When that ain't cool. If you're having issues in your relationship, you need to work within your relationship to resolve the issues. Any outside interference that you're dealing with, it's only going to complicate matters. So keep the outside stuff out and focus inward on your relationship so you all can work together towards some resolution.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder when we get questions such as these. And when I say questions such as these, I mean these questions that are obvious, to me have obvious answers. I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's just the obvious answer. That ain't right.
Yeah.
You know that he don't need to be talking to no other women. You know that he's not justified. You know this. You can put this out here and say, come on now. That ain't right. Anywhere she goes, some people will be telling her, that ain't cool. He can't go like that. That's supposed to be your husband. So sometimes I wonder, what is it that you're looking for?
What he knows
what
he
you
ain't
want
right.
us to say?
He knows he ain't right. The reason why he won't talk to real men about the situation is because he knows his behavior is scandalous.
Oh, that's right. He said he ain't talking to nobody.
He ain't trying to hear no real talk because he feels like he's justified. But at the same time, too, he knows he's not right. So he don't want to get no real talk from no real men.
So let's just get real quick. Here's the thing. I'm thinking that maybe you're telling us this because you want to know what to do because you've lifted it to him and he was not really accepting it. He keeps throwing it back to you. My hunch is, and I don't know this for sure, that you may not know how to stay in the fight. You may not know how to keep it on the table. You may kind of, defer a bit and say, that's not true, and then kind of let it go and that kind of thing. And so my message for you today is this. Your expectation is a reasonable expectation. Yeah. Your standards, what you should have of, you can't have these relationships, emotional connections with other women, that's reasonable. So you need to stay with it. You need to keep it on the table. You need to say, we got to go back to counseling. There need to be consequences. Not that you're trying to be punitive towards him, but there need to be consequences that he's able to discern from his not being willing to be invested in the relationship in the way that he needs to be. There has to be something that there got to be a fire going on in you, not to, let me tell you, but to keep it on the table. This is not okay. We got to go to counseling. If you're not going to go to counseling, then we need to go over here and get this book. Then we need to go over here and talk to the pastor. Then we need to go over here and talk to your parents. Whatever you got to do, keep it on the table. You are justified and you are right. It's just that simple.
And if he ain't willing to do what needs to be done,
that's what. If
then
he
you got some
ain't
difficult
willing,
decisions. You got some difficult decisions to make.
That's where it's really at. Because I think sometimes the women and even some men send in these questions because they know the answer, but they just kind of at a place where, I mean, he's not really listening. So what do I do? You make the difficult decision. We ain't telling you that means you got to roll out and leave your man, but it might mean you got to take a pause. I don't know. But some things are non-negotiable. He's got to do something to move towards you and towards the resolution of this issue. And you, my dear, have to stay with it. You've gotten your confirmation today because you already knew. Go on ahead. Stop playing. Start pushing.